Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first video, hi, I'm Alaina, and this is The Organized Money, where we talk about budgeting, saving, getting out of debt, and managing multiple streams of income. If that interests you, then make sure that you hit that subscribe button as we post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today's video is going to be a budget with me in my planner. I just switched over the tool cover. This is the Happy Planner Big, and I have the brown tool cover on the front. This planner actually starts in July, but I am currently using it with some planner inserts in order to still get everything done that I need done. So I'm going to flip open to my budgeting section. This is a new addition to my planner. I did add a table of contents, and I also am switching out my budget planner today. So if you didn't see my last video, the one that I posted on Monday, I actually gave you an overview of the new budget planner that just came into my shop. It's available right now in my shop, and I told you guys that I was giving away 5 planners. So the deadline is actually today, and I am going to announce in the comments those 5 winners, and I will reach out to you through email. You send me over your address, and I will send you over your brand new planner. This planner is an undated planner, and it goes throughout 12 months, so you're able to use it for the entire year. And today I'm going to be setting up mine and taking out my old inserts and adding in my new ones. So now I'm going to pop these pages in. I'm going to add in my cover too. I realize whenever I add the cover of any of my planners, it just makes it way easier for me to flip to the planner. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to add in the about page, going for goals, all of the beginning pages that I have at the planner so that I can fill these out. So I'm going to do my money routine, work on adding in my goals. I have my savings tracker, my debt reduction tracker, my debt snowball, and then I'm going to start this for June. So I'm going to pull out the month for June. So this is all in my Happy Planner Big. As you can see, I have the budgeting tab here, and then it goes into my actual budget planner, but it kind of peeks up at the top of the planner so that if I just needed to, I could easily flip to it. And then the first page is the about this planner and kind of telling you what to do. And now I'm going to just fill in my goals for the rest of the year. So these are my 4 goals for the year. The very first one is to pay down $20,000 of debt. I am currently working on my car and my last credit card. So I would like to have paid down at least $20,000 on total. So if it's $10,000 on my car and $10,000 on the credit card. Increasing my income by $3,000 monthly, and that's just working on my streams of income to increase it to $3,000 consistently every single month. Increasing our emergency fund by $3,000, and this is just us adding in little amounts because we are more focused on debt than our savings, but I didn't want to stop saving altogether. I'd like to keep saving because we are on variable income, and you just never know if we're ever going to need it and need a nice amount. So I don't like to stop completely putting money into savings. So the goal is to at least increase it by $3,000 by the end of the year, and decrease our over budget months by 50%. So we normally will go over budget in certain months. Of course, December, we always are usually over budget. We usually go over budget around April, May. So it's like 4 months out of the year where we will go over budget. So I'm trying to decrease that to 2 months. Just taking baby steps, trying to make it to where we don't go over budget as often. And I just mainly do this by looking at the analysis at the end of the month in my monthly check-in and basically seeing if we went over budget or not. So those are my 4 goals for 2020. So the next section that I'm working on is the money routine. I did post a video on my money routine and I will link it above, but basically it's a set of things that you do in order to make sure that you stay on track with your money. It will increase the likelihood that you will basically not go over budget, not overspend if you do this set of things every single time. So I did a video on my daily routine, and that's mainly what I'm gonna put here, but I also have a weekly routine, a monthly routine, and a quarterly routine. Stuff that I do once a week, once a month, once a quarter, and annually to make sure that we are staying on track. And I can probably do a video on those particular things at another time. Y'all just let me know if it's something that you're interested in. Okay, so here is my money routine. For the daily, I have to check our bank balance, review expenses, and categorize all the transactions. So we do that every single day. During the week, I am looking at our paycheck budget, paying our bills, reviewing our bank balance, looking at our sinking funds account and our emergency fund account. Monthly, I am reviewing our Roth IRA and all of our retirement accounts. Looking at mint.com because we do connect Mint in order to look at our overall transactions. Complete our monthly check-in, and that's basically looking at how we have done with each budget category for the month, making the adjustments that's needed for the next month, and then of course reviewing our sinking funds for the month and setting up new categories for the next month. For the quarter, we usually will close out the entire quarter, set up a new quarter budget, looking over the next, quarter, months, and seeing what we might have coming up so that we can prepare for it, set new sinking funds, all of that. Have a family meeting. So we'll have a big meeting with me and my husband to talk about our overall budget, make sure nothing has changed, make sure none of our goals have changed. We're on the same page, and we will always review our financial goals. And then each year we're setting new money goals, reviewing how we did on our old money goals. We're setting our annual sinking funds. We're reviewing our events and looking at all of the travel for the next upcoming year. And then we will do a year-to-year comparison, seeing how we did in 2019 versus 2020. And so it's basically like we're looking forward to see what we may need to do in the future, but we're also looking back to see how much we have progressed. So that's it for the money routine. I'm going to just start with where we are currently with our savings account. Right now we have $3,351 in there, 26 cents. That's where we are right now, and I'll just keep track of what we did moving forward. For the month of May, it's going to be 200 added. And just to reiterate, we are putting something in savings, but I am not as focused on it as I am debt. So I'm just putting a little bit, it's mainly like $50 a week into savings just to keep it going. But I am mainly focused on putting down our debt right now. And the current balance on our debt, we're currently working on our car, and that's the main thing I would like to pay off, is $17,142.11. Just gonna put lines here to tell myself basically to refer to the old budget book if I wanna see those numbers, and start fresh with this number and putting what we paid down in May once May is finally over. So now we are on the monthly page, and I'm just going to put in June 2020 and start filling out all of the dates for the month of June. So now I have added all of the dates for the month of June. If you didn't know, we get paid once a week. We are on opposite pay weeks. So I get paid 1 week, and then my husband get paid on the next week. So even though we get paid bi-weekly, we each have a check coming in every single week. And it's always on a Tuesday. So I'm gonna pull out my colorful dot stickers because this is how I like to allocate each paycheck. I will pick a different color for each paycheck so that I know which paycheck is paying for which bills. And if you want these colorful dots, they are available in my shop. I will have it linked in the description box. So I have my tithe for $175. We're gonna do food for $200. We do $200 every single week toward groceries. Savings is usually done on Thursdays, and it's automatically withdrawn, and it's $50 every single week. And I'm also gonna add in the mortgage. So I'm gonna do half of the mortgage here and then half the very next week so that it's not too much coming out at one time. And then we also have our health insurance that comes out the very first week too. Okay, so the entire month, all of the dots are down. I do have like an extra check that's going to hit on the 30th, but I'm only allocating like tithe, food, and offering. I'm just probably gonna push that off to July and finish that budget out in July. But I did want to acknowledge that a check was coming. That's why that's there. But for the rest of the month, you see I have the first paycheck in orange, the second one in green, third one in the light blue, and then we have the burgundy as technically the last check before the 30th. And then I do have this here just to kind of let myself know that that check is coming. So now I'm gonna flip over to my monthly budget. You know, this sheet did change. This is what it looked like before. It had the black bars, but one thing I know is that when you would download the budget book, this was kind of hard on your printer. If you had, you know, this would take a lot of black ink. So that's the main reason why I decided to change it, make it a little bit cleaner, and I like this look. It's way more simple. So now we're gonna do this for June and set up the month. So I have a projected amount of $8,100, and I just changed this because I like to think of it on the lower end. You know, we're on variable income. I have a bunch of things kind of going on, but I don't like to include any of my online income in this number. So that means I'm not going to include like my YouTube income. I will include a little bit of my Etsy income, but it's a very minimal amount. So I like to do it that way so that when I do get YouTube income and product income and income from memberships or Patreon or whatever else I'm doing, it's just like an added on bonus, and I can save it and pay down debt with it. But I'm not using it to help me with our bills. So now I'm gonna add up all of this and see, you know, what we're working with for this month. So what I did is listed out all of my expenses, and then the remainder that I had left over, which I figured it would be around $1,000. is going toward debt payments. So I'm going to do an additional debt payment this month of $1,000, probably broken down within the weeks. I'll probably do like $200 per week every time I get paid. And then I have a miscellaneous amount of $196, and I'm going to leave that as it is, just in case we have anything else that comes up throughout the course of the month, and it kind of gives me a little bit of wiggle room. So that is my monthly sheet. Now I'm going to write down our current savings, and this will be our emergency fund savings. We have an emergency fund savings account goal of $25,000. But we're not aggressively going after that goal because we're more focused on our debt. So I still have it written out here just to kind of let me know that that's what the overall goal is. And we still are saving a little bit every single time that we get paid, just to keep up the habit and just so we could stay, know that goal. But once again, we're still focused on debt. So now let's look at my sinking fund categories. And I am currently saving like $50 a week toward sinking funds. So currently I only have 2 sinking funds, and that is because my other one was for my camera, and I just purchased a new camera for YouTube. Really excited about that. So I only have 2 left, which is our pool repair and our car insurance. So I'm currently just starting these 2. So I have $40 in my pool repair and $65 in the car insurance. We may end up pulling some money or like cash flowing the car insurance because that's gonna come up pretty soon. But like I said, we have extra, we usually get like an extra check and extra money kind of coming in. So if our car insurance ends up being due toward the end of the month, it's either June or July. I'm gonna have to look it up. So if it's in the month of June, then I am going to not do this debt payment, and I'm gonna use that money to do our car insurance. But if I do have more time, then I will just, not do it. I will do the debt payment and then make sure that I just keep funding the car insurance sinking fund. So that's the starting balances on those 2, and I really like how this sheet is set up now. I think this is going to work out well for me, and I'll just be able to add and take away anything that I do in this section and be able to keep up with the ending balance for the entire month. So for my debt tracker sheet, we are currently working on my car. So I'm just going to put the current balance, and so I can keep track of how much I am paying on it this month. So I just put today's date because I still have a week before June actually hits, but I'll start off probably with this balance. If not, I will just keep going because I have plenty of space to write down what I end up paying for the rest of May and the entire month of June. So that's what we're gonna do here, and then it starts the paycheck budget. So I will do these once I get my first check in June, and then I have the expense tracker for June to keep track of all of our expenses, like how much money we spend throughout the course of the month. And that is it. I'm all set up for June. I'm really excited about this budget because I feel like this is a very simple setup, and I will be able to get a lot done and be way more efficient. If you haven't seen these pages before, I'll just show you what the end looks like so that you can see the monthly check-in. And this is where I will keep track of all of the budget categories and our ending account balances. And then of course I've showed you the expense tracker for June, and then these is where I'm gonna do my weekly paycheck budgets. So I will still be coming on every single Monday and showing you my paycheck budget, along with still working with these sheets for the entire month of June. And that is my budget section in my Happy Planner. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and this budget setup. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. And don't forget to check out the first comment, the pinned comment below, to see if you are the winner of the giveaway. I will see you guys in the next one. Until then, keep organizing your life so that you can achieve your dreams. Bye guys.